Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more 9 Rip, continuing the Spirit World Common Route arc. We're in chapter 4, I think. Yes, I mean I have the guide scrolled up to see chapter 4, so I'm assuming we just went into chapter 4. I did that part last night, guys, so I don't fucking remember anything. If I did it like 2 minutes ago, I'd remember, but I did it last night. It's been hours. But anyway, yes, we just hit chapter 4. It's morning. I kept waking up throughout the night, and before I knew it, sunlight was filtering through the curtains. Wouldn't it be great if I really could decide things on my own, like Yukimaru said? But Mom's sad expression. Toka said I'm misinterpreting it. What does that mean? Did I make a mistake? What should I do? I can't keep thinking about this. Lying in bed, my mind replayed yesterday's events over and over. Unable to relax, I decided to get up. It was my day off, so I went for a walk to clear my head. I breathed in the fresh morning air. This feels nice. Indeed, but you have dark circles under your eyes. Yukimaru suddenly appeared out of nowhere. I seriously wish he'd stop doing that. I gave him a harsh look, and his expression immediately turned somber. Master, I apologize for yesterday, but I couldn't let things continue as they were. It's okay, I get it. Oh. At first I was shocked and more than a little upset. But I can't deny your words made me happy. Yukimaru helped me envision a new future. I could tell that he wanted me to enjoy my life. Wait. Yeah, no, okay. I don't know why I thought I missed a word in there. Hearing you talk about my life like that, it made me feel happy. Truly. And I actually would love to follow a path like the one you described. I smiled, then quickly hid my face from view. But I'm worried about Mom. It still seems like she's chasing after my dad somehow. I want her to be able to move forward, and I was hoping my going into the medical field could inspire her to do that. Yukimaru gently lifted my chin up with his fan. Your kindness is admirable, Master, but that's not what your mother needs from you. She looked so sad, though. Appearances don't tell the whole story. Remember what she said. She wants you to find your own way. Yeah, I heard her say that, but I doubt she really meant it. Don't overthink it. Sometimes you need to take things at face value. Toka had said something similar. Would it really be okay? Can I really choose my own path? You really think I can choose my own path, like my mom said? I looked up at Yukimaru, who smiled back at me. Of course, it's your life, Master. At last my heart began to feel lighter. It had been weighed down all this time, but finally I felt like I was starting to see a way forward. You may feel anxious, but don't worry. You're not alone. You have us. Hey, what do you mean, us? I turned to face the voice behind me and found Kaharu standing nearby. He said, you have us, and it's like, I don't know if I want to be haunted by 3 spirits. Well, it is, for you, it's now January, but for me, it's still like roughly almost Christmas time, so being haunted by 3 spirits sounds about right, to be fair. I never put that together until right now. It was just because I needed the phrasing of being haunted by 3 spirits and then going, wait, that's very much a Christmas Carol. That's amazing. Oh my god. Again, like for you guys, it doesn't make as much sense because Christmas was weeks ago, but like, I know, right? We're just being haunted by 3 spirits. I feel like Toka would be the ghost of Christmas past because he's been around us the longest. Yukimaru would have to be the ghost of Christmas present because he's very much in the I saw you at the shrine and I want to be your spirit guardian right now. And then Koharu would have to be the ghost of Christmas future because he's trying to be the scariest. It's not really working. And you know, being a Ouija board, basically, spirit board, whatever, he can answer questions, and usually when you're on the spirit board, you're like, am I gonna marry Timmy? And you're asking stupid future questions like that. Which are probably the questions that Sayak is asking, and he's like, I don't know the future, but for the purposes of, comparing them to the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future, he's the best that we got for future, so, And to be honest, the roles would all reverse around depending on which one we're dating. So technically, because we're going to date Yukimaro, he would be the Ghost of Christmas Future because he's our future. But, for who fits the role the best right now in the common arc, that's how it goes. Although Toka could also be a good Ghost of Christmas Future, because the Ghost of Christmas Future was basically always like, death. And he likes to shove us in front of cars. So usually you line up death with like, bad things are gonna happen. And to be fair, the future does hold death for all of us. So valid. And again, Toka is misfortune and likes to shove us in front of cars, so he's probably going to cause us to die. He has, technically, multiple times over. So, that also works. Yukimaru's still the best Christmas present because he's like, because he's like a little gift. That's not where I was going, but it sounded funny when I said Christmas present. Anyway. There was another thought in my head, and it's gone forever, but it's gone with the wind, and we'll come back to it, so. There's our salty little cracker. These guys seriously appear out of nowhere. Don't count on me for help. What? You and I just agreed to be on Team Master. We did not. Stop making things up. Oh, come on. You care about Master. I know you do. No way. That's impossible. He's perfect in this. He's so perfect. Look at my salty little cracker. He's so good. This is exactly 100%. Every fucking one of them is always like, no, I don't. That's impossible. That's stupid. You're stupid. This is stupid. And you're like, I love you too. He's like a whole shaker of salt. I love it. Then why make tamagoyaki for someone you're supposed to be haunting? Koharu was speechless and turned to glare at me. Ugh, damn it. Hey, dog, get rid of that guardian spirit. That's an order. What? That's not fair. Koharu seemed rather upset while Yukimaro took my hand as if to protect me. You're like, I gotta be honest. Okay. Listen, these two might be my favorite dynamic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Kureha and Hibiki, Kureha was like, oh, yeah, there's that weird little ghost in the mirror. And they barely did, talked or whatever. But they still, they were still, kind of friendly when they got to know each other. But it was like, hey, we just met and, we'll be pals. Okay, there was nothing wrong with it. But it was like they just met each other. So, And Sena and Koyo were besties already. So, there's just a very... again, I like it, don't get me wrong. Seiya and Minami were good. They had a good hate dynamic, but I think because I really just don't like Minami, that, it kind of just gets overshadowed by everything else. But, their hate for each other was fun. Just how much they hated each other. But because this is, the buddy cop movie shit. You know what I mean? This is like the frenemies. This is the enemies to lovers right here, these two. You know what I mean? And it's so good. They're like, whatever. Oh my god. And you have, the salty little cracker over here, and then you have, the little sugary bean, and they're just so fucking but they just butt heads all the time, and you've got, little salty cracker who's just getting mad at everything, and the little sugary bean has no fucking idea because he's a little bit of an idiot. He's not stupid, but he's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? He's smart, but he acts stupid. And when it comes to the fact that, Koharu hates him, and is like, God, I would light you on fire. He's like, that sounds great. Look, you love me. You want to keep me warm on a cold winter night. You know what I mean? He's just so adorable. And he doesn't fucking get it. And I love it. Like, it's so quintessential and like typical, but it's fun. Like, I'm having fun. Okay. Also, like, I was really stressed out about, like, man, I had to say I'm stressed out about work because I have nothing to do. Because it's like the end of the year, so it's like there's really not much to be going on. And now this is we don't do work now. It's like just focus on yourself, do like learning and things. And it's like, you mean do nothing for the next week before I go on vacation? You know what I mean? But it's just also like I'm sick and tired of hearing about how this one guy is so great and wonderful and perfect because he started trying to learn the work that I do and did like one tiny little thing and he's so great. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to light this bitch on fire because he's the biggest douche canoe that ever douche canoed. He is one of those fucking, like, there's a couple of women on our team who are just, they know fucking everything. They literally know everything. So it's like, but he doesn't even listen to them. And even they're like, this sexist motherfucker, right? And it's just so bullshit that we're still dealing with this shit in 2024. It's not 2025. It's gonna get worse. But you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, sweet Jesus. But like, I am just so tired because like, I've worked with him before and I've bitched about him before with like the whole, like, I ask you if you were doing XYZ and you tell me no constantly and I spend forever trying to figure out something just to find out somebody else goes, yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's doing this. And it's like, then why the fuck did he tell me no 32 times? Why can't he goddamn be bothered to look? Because he didn't want to be bothered to look, and it's my problem. It's not my problem. It was a you problem, so what the fuck? And it's just so aggravating what a cunt he is, okay? And I'm so tired of hearing, he's so great and wonderful because he learned to spell his name today. I'm going to bitch slap someone because I've busted my ass to do my job for the last year and a half now. And have gotten nothing out of it. And it's always one of those, like, now the year is over and, like, things are changing and my lease is coming up. So, like, that means my rent's going to go up. And it's always a stressful, anxiety-ridden time of, how much is my rent going to go up? And I bet my paycheck is not going to cover it. And, like, it's just, this should not... I shouldn't be in this place at my age, but like this is the world we live in, and so and then it's Christmas, and you're like, oh my god, and then I gotta go broke, and I gotta buy Christmas gifts for people, and then I gotta do all that, and like, so playing this when I am like, and also, it is like around that time where my hormones are going batshit, so like, I might cry because it's Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, it's Thursday. I don't even know what happened to town. And I might just cry for no reason. Because that's just the way I am. So, the tension, the anger, the stress, the crying, it's all hormones and just everything. So playing this, like, seriously, it's just bringing me so much more joy than normal. I really do love this game now, but seriously, this game brings me so much fucking joy that, like, it's just tenfold. And that could also be my hormones being a little batshit, too. That it's like, I'm so happy I could cry! And then I'm gonna cry because I'm crying! And then it's Thursday! But at least I'm happy crying if I'm gonna cry right now, so. Hi, I know. You were also being a bad bird today. You were being very bad. Because you had to go poopies, I know you did, and you almost fucking pooped in my kitchen. You flew up on those cabinets, and if I hadn't run, you made me run. Just my fat ass looks like it runs? Because it does not fucking run. Spacey doesn't run. He's like, okay, Mommy doesn't run. Clear as day. Clear as day. And you were going to poop on my fucking cabinets? And it was a messy one. Do you have to poopies again? Are you seriously? We haven't even been here for 10 minutes. Juju, I thought you went right before we came upstairs. Do you need to go? Don't you poop on me. But you were going to go, and then you landed on the couch. Thank God you got it on the puppy pads, but I was trying to get you to your cage. And then the second time, you didn't want to go to your cage. You pooped on my desk. I know it was because the sky orb was shooting laser beams at your cage and you're afraid of the sky orb. The demon sky orb. The sun. It was the fucking sun. He's afraid of the sun. If we walk by windows, I'm going to get you a break because you might need one right now. And we've already made people wait like 5 minutes while we talked about random shit. So they're just going to have to suffer. You're going to have to suffer. So the bird doesn't suffer. We don't make the birdie suffer. Sometimes we do. But you have to go again. You look like you did. I don't know. You don't have to. It's okay. But yeah, no, he's afraid of the sky. Good boy. He's afraid of the sky orb. It's evil and demonic, and he hates it. If we walk by windows, I know I've said this before. If I walk by windows and the sun's there, like, sometimes he will run to my other shoulder. He is like, no. He hates it, which is good, because then he'll never go outside. But because the light was shining through the window and shining onto his cage, he didn't want to go to his cage because it might have killed him. Like, you're going to need to get the fuck over that. I don't want you to, like, go outside. But it's okay to sit in the warm sun in the window when you're in the house. Anyway, I am very stressed out about life in general. And hormones are raging. So this is why this is way more fun. That was the long-ass 3-hour-long point. I'm not sorry. Whatever. You come for this shit. Oh, I already read that. Okay. I will help her find her dream. It's my duty as Spacey Ashiki's guardian spirit. Truthfully, I was grateful for the sentiment. But this whole thing made me feel like I was getting pulled in two opposite directions. Orders are orders, though! No. That's a Koharu answer. Like, that's my guardian spirit. We're trying to romance Yukimaru, so, yeah. And that's why you're my guardian spirit. I turned and smiled at Yukimaru. His face lit up with joy upon seeing my smile. Oh, look at the CG! We haven't had one in a while. Like, look at how adorable he is! And that's why you're my master. I mean, I'm not complaining about having a beautiful fucking spirit as me being his master. Like, I like the fact that she's wearing, like, ripped up jeans and a flannel. Like, how modern of her to be wearing Gen X clothing like that. You know what I mean? Like, how 90s. It's so cute. And the choker. How 90s. I know it's come back, and whenever this game was written, it was trendy again, but is it still trendy? I don't know, but, like, that's some 90s level shit right there. She got some Doc Martens on with this, you know she does. And that's why this game is timeless, but, like, look how precious and beautiful he is. Oh. Hey! I was both surprised and embarrassed by his sudden closeness. Too close! Too close! No, get closer. I can't help it. I'm just too happy. I can't contain myself. This is the first time you've acknowledged me as your guardian spirit. I promise to make you happy, Master, no matter how long it takes. I can't spend too much time thinking about this. Besides, you can't stick around here forever, you know. I'll make you happy no matter what, I promise. Wow, he's the same as ever, but... Oh, now she's smiling. Thank you. I haven't felt this positive in a long time. Please keep watching over me. Does this storm of compliments know no end? Yukimaru's face flourished with delight as his face came even closer to mine. I could almost feel his breath. As he got close, suddenly, Yukimaru was yanked away. Koharu stood there, visibly upset, holding Yukimaru by the collar. He's like, don't you try to kiss her in my presence. What the hell were you trying to do? Hey! Let my beautiful spirit guardian try to kiss me, okay? I'm okay with it. Koharu looked agitated, but Yukimaru puffed out his chest defiantly. It was a bus, of course. I was so happy I couldn't contain myself. A bus? You mean a kiss? What is he trying to pull here? Yes, like in foreign dramas, when the characters are overwhelmed with emotions, they kiss. You're a Japanese spirit, you idiot! Don't try to mimic foreign dramas. Now go cool down. Sorry. That's just you're a Japanese spirit. Don't try to be all American up in here. Also, that's not even the point. It's like, you're a spirit that's happy. Don't just try to kiss people, man. Like, what dramas were you when they get all emotional and happy they kiss? That's usually because they're already dating, or they're in love with each other. That it's not just how normal people act. You're not like, wow, I'm really happy today, and you just go kiss a stranger. Like, who the fuck does that? He's just misinterpreting shit left and right, and I love it. Guys, you remember we're outside, right? I look like a crazy person talking and laughing by myself. I realize how strange I must have appeared. I was grateful it was a weekend and there weren't that many people around. Where are people on weekends? They should be out and about. After my comment, they disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Then they reappeared, transformed into humans. Oh, they then reappeared. Well, the same difference. There, that's better. Now where shall we go today? You transformed without a plan? You did the same thing, didn't you? So where are we going? Just a casual stroll. I'm fine alone, really. I felt guilty seeing them expend energy to transform, but I wanted to be honest. I'll be off then, okay? I turned and started walking away from them. I said I was fine alone, right? Yet when I turned around, Yukimaru and Koharu were trotting along behind me. Oh, I thought she was like, I said I was fine alone, but they didn't even come with me. And I was like, girl, they're still behind. I stopped and turned to face them. Why are you guys following me? I told you before, didn't I? Wherever Master goes, I go. It's my duty. I believe this makes the third time I've told you that. He's always so literal. I'm just walking. Feel free to ignore me. Amid our conversation, a dog's bark drew near. Sayaka. I was like, I knew it. We have two hot guys following us. Sayaka's gonna show up and be like, why are all the hot men following you? You're like, girl, you don't even fucking understand. You have not seen my Hell Guardian. You haven't seen my two ghost boyfriends. You haven't seen the spirits in the school that I'm banging. Like, Jesus. If you saw my ghostly man harem, it'd be amazing. Listen, my man harem is huge, but the amount of ghosts that are in it is kind of more than I ever expected there to be fair. Hey, Spacey! It was Sayaka with her family dog, Tonodamaru. The two of them came running over. Good morning. Unusual to see you here in the morning, Spacey. Good morning. Feel like taking a walk today. Hi there, Tonodamaru. I greeted Tonodamaru, and he responded with lively barks. Tonodamaru? Where? Yukimaru looked around, surprised. Not the anime character. It's the name of Sayaka's dog. Oh, named after the anime. Got it. That's quite the honor, little guy. Tonodamaru, too. Sayaka's dog. She named him after her favorite anime, Tonodamaru. He's also a chihuahua. I don't know if they ever told us he was a chihuahua, but... Yukimaru observed Tonodamaru curiously. Koharu, right? It was nice meeting you the other day. He's smiling awkwardly, but he stepped back. That's so funny. Yeah, what a coincidence to see you here. Koharu chuckled nervously, taking a step back from Sayaka. I wonder what she's been asking the spirit board. Hey, who's this new handsome guy? Sayaka whispered to me. Oh, I figured she blatantly said it and pointed at him. Oh, that's Yukimaru. He's a friend of Koharu's. Koharu glared, but I ignored him. I couldn't think of any other way to introduce him. Meanwhile, Yukimaru was... Ever seen Tonodamaru the anime? It's really fun. Haha, really? You sure are lucky. Yukimaru seemed to be talking with Tonodamaru. He fucking understands the dog, don't even. You know he does. He's a labradoodle. Dogs understand each other. He's a bit unique. Isn't that right, Koharu? Yeah. Japan's weirdest man. Japan's weirdest man refers to Yukimaru. The way he thinks and acts, everything about him is unique. I love the fact that they had to have a glossary entry for that. Like, we could have inferred. I like watching the two of them have their little heart-to-heart. Oh, Spacey, I wanted to talk to you about something. Here, take this. Sayaka handed me something from her pocket. Is this a good luck charm? Yes, from Tsukumo Shrine. It's to help us get into Seiken University. Oh, that's right. I need to tell Sayaka my decision. She seemed so excited, and I really didn't want to ruin her enthusiasm, but I have to tell her, Sayaka, I'm sorry, I've decided to think things over a bit more. Huh? What do you mean? Sayaka's smile faded. I know I told you I wanted to go to Sagan, but I want to think about it more. I want to take some time and find the school and job that's right for me. I'm sorry for changing my mind. I know you were so excited yesterday. Sayaka's expression grew somber, but I knew telling her was the right thing to do. And once I started, it all kind of came out. I had a feeling that Sayaka would be upset, but I thought she'd get over it quickly. I had a feeling this would happen. It kind of sucks. Like, I kind of like that they have it, like, our mom's pressuring us, like, okay, that's the main focus, whatever. But I have a love hate relationship with the Sayaka bit of it. Like, I kind of like that they have Sayaka also just really excited about wanting to go to Sagan with you. And then, like, they kind of show you that, like, hey, she's your best friend, but she's been a little clingy ever since you were friendly with her. Because, like, when you were little, you were friends, but then in middle school, like, I think they said that we were friends when we were, like, in elementary school, but in middle school, she was kind of, like, ridiculed and stuff, and nobody was really friends with her. So us being friends with her meant so much more to her. And then she's a little, like, too clingy with she's going to follow me to Sagan, even though, is that really what she wants to do? You know what I mean? So it's a little unhinged, but it kind of adds, so it's not just our mom pressuring us. It's, when we end up in the Urban Legends arc, it's, oh my God, Sayaka thinks she's the one that caused this because she was upset because we didn't want to go to Sagan type of a thing, right? So they just add that little extra piece. So it's kind of nice that it's not always my mom's pressuring me, my mom's pressuring me. I mean, they could have done that and it would have been fine, but this is a nice little added thing. And, it's a little added thing. So, like, okay, we're stressed because, like, we don't want to disappoint our mom and we don't want to disappoint Sayaka. So it's like it's coming at us from all different angles because in reality, that's what happened. It's not one person putting pressure on you for something where you're like, okay, that one person's going to be disappointed, but everyone else will be fine. You're getting the pressure from a lot of different places sometimes, and that makes it harder to push aside all that and go, no, what's right for me? Because you're getting it from you're like your grandparents, your parents, your friends, like what, you know what I mean? So it's coming at you from all different sides. It makes it more stressful and harder to focus and deal. But I don't like it because we're having a hard time making this decision, and then you want your friend to be like, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, no, that's cool. I think you should decide for yourself. You want her to be supportive. You know what I mean? So, like, in the moment where you're like, right, I disappointed my mom, and my mom's upset, and now I'm going to disappoint Sayaka, you're like, everyone is disappointed in me, and it kind of fucking sucks. You know what I mean? So I hate that, but also it's good. Like, they made it, you know what I mean? Like, it is nice than having, like, the only person who's, but that's why they threw in our sister. That's why Tsubasa exists, to be somebody supportive while we're getting it from two different sides that they're, like, kind of guilting us a little. So at least that's, each character has their own purpose, aside from, like, hey, there's our sister, and we have a best friend, and, like Sayaka's got a multifunction, you know? So, like, actually, that's really cool for her. Like, because she's our best friend, so she's there for us to kind of talk to, but, like, she's there to kind of expel some of the, or, like, expound on the, mystical stuff and the occult stuff, so that when we end up in these occult situations, we're like, Sayaka would know about this. And then, if we explain to her what happened, she totally believes us, so we don't feel like a crazy person, and we have somebody to kind of talk about our experiences with, and she's totally into it. But she's also, I don't want to say an antagonist, but in a way, an antagonist for I want you to go to Sagan because I want to go with you. But they don't, like, throw that in until kind of, like, later, you know? Which is nice, But, I overall, in general, like it. But right now, I'm like, I just need you to support me. Don't make me feel guilty. That's the only reason I don't like it, is because I want her. But it's like, but it makes her a very well-rounded character. So, like, 99.9% I like it. And I feel like she'd probably come around faster than our mom. Sayaka spoke softly, looking down. Sayaka? I just knew something was off. You seemed different yesterday, Spacey. You were just saying you'd go to Sagan because that's what your mom wanted, right? Well, that's why I pretended not to notice. I didn't want you to change your mind. That's why I acted so excited before. Why I pushed for us to go together. Why I bought you that charm. Sayaka's shoulders shook as she struggled to get the words out. I reached out to her when she suddenly snapped her head back up to look at me. You're being selfish, Spacey! You keep making these decisions on your own! You never once talked to me, that's why Sayaka picked up Tono Damaru and ran away from me. That is unhinged and uncalled for! But also valid. I only mean valid in the sense of that's how you would react. If you were Sayaka and you were like, yeah, we're all going to go to school together, and then your friend changes their mind, you'd be like, you're being selfish! And you'd be angry, so you'd say something stupid like that? You know what I mean? But it is totally fucking wrong for Sayaka to be saying shit like that to me. Of course it's selfish for me to think about myself. This is my motherfucking life, and it's selfish for you to think that I'm going to go to school that you want me to go to and be miserable for the rest of my life just so we could go to college together, bitch. What the fuck? You know what I mean? So, like, fuck that shit, Sayaka. But also, absolutely, I guess valid response isn't. It's not like, good for you, it's valid what she's saying. No, what she is saying is not valid at all, but I absolutely understand where it's coming from, because it is exactly how someone would react when you've disappointed them and then they get mad at you and then they think about it later and they're like, yeah, no, that was a little fucked up of me to say. You know what I mean? But your emotions right now, like Sayaka's emotions are getting the better of her, so she's just snapping back and letting out some frustration and anger and pain and not really thinking about the words she said. Kind of like what we said to our mom, you know what I mean? We're like, yeah, I mean, that was kind of all true, but I could have said it in a much more, not douchey way. Anyway, her emotions were so raw, I couldn't bring myself to call her to come back. I haven't seen Sayaka look so upset since it was our first year of junior high, when she didn't fit in with her classmates. She got so lost in her own head she started skipping class. No one knew where she went. When I went out to look for her, I ended up finding her, but oh, that's right, didn't we find her on the beach? It was then I realized how fragile her emotions could be. Yeah, I mean, I think a girl could use some therapy, but... And now, when I thought about my future... I remember she looked like that the first time she summoned me. It was a few years back. When we were in junior high, about 4 years ago, right? Yeah. She asked me how to make her friends stop ignoring her. Oh. And there was no easy answer, so I couldn't help her. Koharu gazed in the direction Sayaka had run off to. Anger flickered in his eye. You reached out to her back then. You've been watching this whole time? Please, I don't have the time to do that. There's a frickin' weirdo in a school mirror that calls me all the time, too. Koharu's like, you're the most sane person that's ever reached out to me, by the way. Because the other people right now, we have 3 people, and 2 out of the 3 are a little unhinged. He spoke coldly, then gently ruffled my hair. If anybody knows what she's thinking, my money is on you. I pondered deeply about it. I'll be like, so when she calls you again to get advice, maybe you should just, answer her and be like, simmer down, psycho. Poor Sayaka. I mean, absolutely, she's being a little bit of a psycho, but I get why. You know what I mean? They've given her enough of a backstory to kind of explain why she is so clingy with us, and it's not because she's, literally a psycho, wow, you're just a clingy psycho. She's clingy with us because, of everything that she experienced, so, that's her way of coping with, people, her classmates not being nice to her, ignoring her, whatever, is she's clinging on to us because we were there for her, and she's probably got that little fear that she's going to go off to college by herself and no one's going to be friends with her, and it's going to be a repeat of that. You know what I mean? You can't help little traumas like that. Most people are like, oh, well, so people didn't like you, whatever. It's yeah, but then, especially when you're in middle school and you're a kid, those things can be kind of, yes, traumatic makes it seem more dramatic than it is, but you know what I mean? They're little fears and little mini traumas that just kind of set you up for the fears that you grow up and have as an adult. You know what I mean? Or the things that bother you. You're like, like your insecurities and stuff that they kind of start from when you're young, you know? So, like, she's got this fear and insecurity that she's going to be alone, and wanting to go to school with us makes a lot of sense. And that's why. But also, you realize she never made the choice to go to Sagan on her own. We were going to go there because that's what our mother wanted for us. So that's where she was going to go. And now she's mad because we changed what we were going to do, as if we ever made these plans together, and like her being like, you're just making all these plans for your life on your own. Yeah, as I should be, as you should be doing. But I think so a part of it is also like her realizing deep down inside somewhere that like she is not making her choices on her own either. And it's almost like I'm going to get mad at you for doing the things that I know deep down in the back of my mind I should be doing that I'm not doing. I'm kind of mad and disappointed in myself for not thinking of myself and thinking what I really want to do and just following you blindly. But she's not quite aware of that yet, Again, very well-rounded character for like a side character who's like, like it's a very simple story, but like there's a lot of depth to it at the same time, you know what I mean? Anyway, I pondered deeply about it. My actions had driven Sayaka away. After all, to her, I was her emotional support. I've taken her for granted. No, I'm her emotional support. I don't think I've taken her for granted. Although, I mean, I don't think we've taken her for granted. Maybe there are instances where we have, but this specific instance is not. I'm taking her for granted. I guess you could say that you're making these decisions on your own as opposed to relying on her and like talking to her and expressing things and like relying on her to help us out. So we're taking her for granted as the support that a friend is for you. But just because a friend can be that kind of support for you doesn't mean you're always going to use them for that. Sometimes you just need to do things on your own, So it's not really taking her for granted to me. Like, not really sure what they would be going for with that angle. But again, sometimes those are the answers and then you're like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. All right. But in this instance, I'm like, the taking her for granted, the best I can think of is like, we've just been like, yeah, I got to do this on my own, where we could have relied on her as a sounding board and said, here's the thing and whatever. And I want to do these things and like talk to her and like whatever. And like utilize our friendship to kind of help me work through some stuff where, like how Tsubasa's come along and been like, you need to kind of just, I'll be there for you if you need me. And we're like, I'll do it on my own. Sayaka's more like, hi, you didn't even ask me for help, But that's a little still like, yeah, I guess, but I still think like I'm her emotional support. That's 100% true, So, yep, okay. I've always been Sayaka's emotional support. Notice we haven't had any things that raise insanity in this one. Interesting. Huh. I just realized that. It's kind of like I have to be there for her. I was filled with mixed emotions as I spoke. Sayaka was a dear friend, so being there for her came naturally to me. Yukimaro, who had been silent until that point, suddenly spoke up. What that lady said made some sense to me. You tend to keep to yourself and bottle up all your emotions. I know you're trying not to worry those around you, but hiding how you feel isn't always the right thing to do. They care about you after all, and they want you to share things with them. So that's part of I'm taking her for granted. So that's kind of what I was thinking, but I still don't think that's us taking her for granted, really, but that's the best I could come up with is I am not opening up and relying on her, and she wants to be more helpful to us like we've been to her. You know what I mean? Like, we have been her emotional support, and she wants to be able to give that back to us, but we're not letting her, So I could, so. Your sister wants to support you, your mom wants what's best for you, and your friend is lonely without you. At least that's how I see it. I could be wrong, though. I think Yukamaro's right. Everyone cares about you far more than you realize. Realizing my mistake, I couldn't say anything. I hung my head in shame. Then I felt a kind hand cup my shoulder.
Good thing you realized it now, huh?
With that, he began to walk away.
Let's head back. I'll make you some tamagoyaki when we get there. Hey, you, get moving. You wanted to watch Tonodomaru, right?
Right! It's the Super Special Saturday Special! Oh wait, it's the Super Special Saturday Super Special! I totally forgot! Super Special Saturday Super Special. I stood there for a moment, watching the two of them chatter back and forth, before running to catch up with them. Koharu's right. Glad I realized this now. I'll patch things up with Sayaka, and we can figure things out together. I resolved not to bottle things up anymore, and decided to move forward. I was wondering, I was like, are we going to get another perspective? I was thinking of it, I was like, that's the end of a scene, I could tell, and then I was like, we're going to fade to black, and then my brain was like, I wonder if we're going to get more Yukimaro perspective, but it just, like, happened so fast before I could even open my mouth. Shocking, I know. Despite watching Tonodomaru in the living room, I couldn't stop thinking about Master. Ah, my master, my beloved master. I found myself murmuring those words. Honestly, this was the first time I'd been able to fulfill my role as a guardian spirit so well. Previously, people didn't take me seriously, or they wished I would leave. That was terrible. But this time I was determined to succeed. I have to succeed. I'm committed to making her happy. I'm just saying. I mean, Yukimaru's a little bit of a drama queen, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, if your guardian spirit showed up and was this pretty, even if he's a little bit of a fucking labradoodle, I mean, okay, I'd want my guardian spirit to show up and be Seiya, basically. That's what I want. But, like, I wouldn't complain about this either. I'd be like, oh, so you're beautiful, and you're kind of a labradoodle, so alright. Personality-wise, this is a little, okay, simmer down, sweetie. Okay, gonna need to put a little mat in the corner for you. Do we need puppy pads? Are you gonna piddle yourself? Like, Jesus, simmer down. But, like, you're, like, really pretty and you just want to make me happy? Why would anyone tell them to go away? Were you trying to help people like Koharu who were, like, salty? I mean, I'm a salty bitch. But, like, even I'm like, you know what, though? I could deal with a handsome labradoodle trying to fucking cheer me up all the time. I mean, okay. But no, I got someone like Toka over here who's like, did you want to trip down the stairs today, bitch? Like, I say that, I'm going to fall down the stairs later. Great, break my fucking neck. Good job. Well, if this part never goes up, that's what happened. Well, like, if this part is up, then I'm totally fine, I'm sure. Maybe. Anyway. I have to succeed. I'm committed to making her happy. I might have read that already, I don't know. As much as I wanted to do that as her guardian spirit, I felt like it might also be because it's spacey. Yet the Sayaka situation was somewhat concerning. It seemed that her career path moving forward was far from settled. Lost in thought, I suddenly gasped. Oh no! I need to focus on Tonodomaru! He's such an idiot. Oh no, I'm not watching the show! Oh no, I'm thinking big brain thoughts. Empty them, just watch TV! Don't get me wrong, sometimes you just need mindless shit to watch and to focus on and not have big brain moments. You don't want to think and analyze things too much. But, like, it's just so funny when he's, like, thinking and pondering and he's like, no! Empty head! What? It's so funny. After returning home, I found that Mom and my sister had already left for work. I quickly washed my face and entered the living room. Yukimaro was on the sofa, intently watching TV, with Toka right beside him. Hey, Toka, move over. I can't see the TV. You're too loud when I sit next to you. I smiled, amused by their interaction, and by the fact that I was getting used to their presence. Oh, that smell. The aroma of miso soup wafted through the air. Oh, I love miso soup. I followed the scent and found Koharu in the kitchen, finishing up breakfast.
What's this on the plate? Should I heat this up too?
Thanks, Koharu. Please, let me help. When I entered the kitchen, I saw that Koharu had nearly finished everything. On the table before me was an elaborate breakfast.
Just hurry up and sit down already. It's getting cold.
I'm sorry for making you do all this.
It's not like I did it for you. I just like cooking. Now hurry up and eat.
And then let's dig in. As if appearing out of nowhere, Yukimaro was already at the table, ready to eat. He's so fast. Thought he was watching TV in the other room. But Koharu swiftly pulled the plate of tamagoyaki away from Yukimaro.
This isn't for you.
Ugh. But how am I supposed to make my master happy on an empty stomach?
You'll have to earn your meal if and when you actually manage to make her happy.
I chuckled as I watched the sparks fly between them as I sat down to eat. I'd be like, he makes me happy, let him eat. Now, I highly doubt I can finish all of this on my own. Thank you, Master. I'll graciously accept whatever yum-yums you decide to give me and put into my tum-tum. He is so fucking ridiculous. There's a part of you that just wants to push him off his chair and then also pat him on the head and, like, kiss his boo-boo when he hurts himself. But you know what I mean? Like, he's so goddamn ridiculous. I love him, but I still also, it's kind of cute aggression where you literally just want to shove him off his chair. Like, I don't, because he's too goddamn adorable. And, like, the salty in me just, I love it, but I still want to shove him. Like, would you stop it? And be like, oh my god, are you okay, sweetie? No, I didn't mean it. He makes me a little unhinged. Don't you just want to go outside and play fetch with him in the yard? Because he's God.
You're far too lenient with him. You could afford to be far more strict.
And Kohara was basically trying. Is this our dog or our son we're talking about here? Jesus. Toka, driven by the lively atmosphere, floated over to the table and squinted his eyes as he stared down at the table. Then he pointed his finger to one of the plates. I haven't seen that in a while. That's clearly the work of your sister. Toka's words caught me off guard and I nearly choked on my food. Master, here, drink some water. Remember, you must chew your food before you swallow. It's not bad, I'm just surprised my sister cooked.
Oh, this thing has a weird shape and color to it. Honestly, I hesitated to even serve it. There was a note on the table.
That's what it was. He was like, what should I do with this? And I was like, what are you talking about? He was talking about whatever her sister made. Koharu brought over the note, and I realized it was a message from my sister. To my beloved little sister, enjoy Tsubasa's super special dish. Eating this will make you happy in body and soul. Don't leave a single bite left. Love, Tsubasa. At the bottom, there was an addition. Just accept it as a way of caring. Just accept it as her way of caring. Mom. Aw, Mom. But Tsubasa asked me to eat all of it. Your sister's showing her concern in her own very unique way. He's right. It was no doubt my sister's way of trying to support me in my career struggles, and also in Mom's anxiety about me. But her cooking appeared down at what appeared to be some sort of omelet. My heart was warmed by her concern. I don't know if I have the courage to eat it. If you like cooking, Koharu, why don't you try it? It'll be an out-of-this-world experience, no doubt. No, you really shouldn't.
We shouldn't judge it by how it looks. Let's see here.
Oh, no, wait! He took a bite before I could stop him. Look at his fucking face! I was like, how can you kill a spirit? Because I think this might do it. Koharu coughed, clearly wounded by the dish.
What the hell is this?
Koharu turned blue and fainted. We killed a spirit. My sister could be a Ghostbuster. Powerful enough to knock out a spirit. Your sister is something else. Hey, this isn't funny. Koharu, can you hear me? Are you alright? Don't worry, Speedsy. He'll be fine after a while. Sheesh, Toka. My sister's cooking may not be hazardous to a spirit's health, but it wouldn't be a pleasant dining experience. I sighed at Toka's insensitivity. I'm sorry, I was laughing too. We told him not to! After the chaos of the morning, I retreated to my room and browsed various colleges online. I'm surprised that Yukimaro didn't eat it and then be like, this is actually okay. And like, because he would eat anything, you know. So many colleges, so many potential things to study, so many various certifications. My eyes were unfocused as I continued to scroll. My thoughts drifted to Sayaka. I tried calling her, but she didn't pick up, and the messages I sent received no reply. The way we left things yesterday made me anxious. Maybe I should try dropping by her place. You seem distracted, Yukimaro observed, his face peering into my field of vision. I can't stop thinking about Sayaka. I glanced over at the charm she had brought on my desk. As I went to pick it up, Yukimaro placed a hand over mine. His hand was large, making my heart flutter, but he seemed focused on the charm. He's focused on the charm, and you're like, look at his beautiful man hands. There's doubt and a hint of ill will here. When Sayaka gave you this, her emotions were unstable. Unstable? Sayaka's words echoed in my mind. That's why I pretended not to notice. I didn't want you to change your mind. That's why I acted so excited before. Why I pushed for us to go together. Why I bought you that charm. This charm was meant to keep me tied to our original plan. Objects can sometimes hold a soul of their own, but this one hasn't reached that point yet. Its influence depends on how you handle it, Master. In that case, I'll take good care of it. I wanted this charm to be a positive force. And just like that, an idea struck me. I know, I should get Sayaka a gift. I'll pick something out for her and then drop by her place. That's perfect. I'm gonna head out. It's a perfect day for an outing, and no doubt it'll be an excellent way to relax, Master. Yukimaro encouraged me with a smile, and I quickly prepared to leave. As I left, I realized the house was empty. Everyone else must have plans today. In that case, I should head out too. I'm like, oh, all my spirits are gone. It's depressing. We're gonna probably go to the shopping mall because the other one is go to the station. So we said I'm gonna go buy a gift, and also we're trying to date Yukimaro. So, yep. And this is the only one in the very beginning of all the other ones. The common area, we always went and saw both of them and like whatnot. But now we're like, nope, not balancing. And like the first choice we made with Yukimaro, we got affection, and then the first one with Koharu, we got affection, and that was it. Every other, like, but again, like the first chapter or two, we usually kind of balance them out. But then again, maybe there's not a common route bad ending. Because we also have no insanity choices, so. Huh. Anyway, well, I wandered around the shopping mall looking for something to give Sayaka. Oh, Yukimaro! I wasn't expecting to run into him here. Hello, Master. You have business here too? What a coincidence. I told you 5 minutes ago I was coming shopping. What brings you to the mall, Yukimaro? I couldn't help but be curious about what a spirit would be doing at the mall, but I have a feeling it's because the scene beforehand, if you're leaning toward Koharu or even Toko, would be different. So then you'd go out, and then if you came and did this, you'd be like, oh, hey, Yukimaro, whatever. Not like I just talked to you 2 minutes ago, left the house, got here, and you somehow ended up here despite the fact that I literally just said I'm going to go buy Sayaka a gift. Actually, I didn't say that out loud. I think I was just like, I'm going to go out. And so, yeah, okay. But anyway. I couldn't help but be curious about what a spirit would be doing at the mall. I'm heading to the movie theater. There's a movie I want to see. A movie? I blurted the words out loud, then quickly covered my mouth. Everyone here is going to think I'm crazy. I quickly glanced around, relieved to see that nobody else seemed to notice my outburst. Here's the thing. Just pick up your phone and hold it to your ear and then talk to Yukimaro as if you're talking to someone on the phone. Also, maybe Japan isn't rampant with this bullshit, but like, how many motherfuckers do you see with their Bluetooth in all the motherfucking time? And like, you know what I mean? It's like one thing, like, yeah, you have that when you used to need them when you were driving because cars didn't have Bluetooth built in, and some cars still don't, or like if you have an older car, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I would feel like, unless your car's 20 years old, you probably do. My car is 15 fucking years old and I have Bluetooth in it. Okay, but Then again, it was really fucking expensive. So that's why it's 15 fucking years old. But you know what I mean? So like, you needed that because you weren't supposed to be holding your cell phone and driving. You know what I mean? So, but then you have the people who just always wear it. It's like, oh, I get up in the morning, I get dressed, put on my clothes, put my fucking Bluetooth on, and it's like, you look, I'm sorry if this is you, but you look like a douche. Stop doing that. Okay? You seriously look like a douche. I'm gonna guess most people don't. Well, most people nowadays, it's like you got your AirPods in or some shit. You're like always wireless headphones in. Like, I just leave them in and I'm having a conversation. Why are they in? Take them out. I mean, I get it if you're kind of like working, you know what I mean, or doing something and then you pause your music or whatever. But it's like you still just, to me, I guess it's because I'm old and I'm like, you still kind of just look like an asshole, you know? But here's the thing. There's a lot of times where people have a Bluetooth on and are having a conversation with someone and you're like, is that bitch crazy? And then you're like, oh no, she got Bluetooth on, but her hair's over it. So you could just be pretending that you're talking to someone on the phone via a Bluetooth. They're not like people running around doing that shit. Because like, you walk around America and left and right, you're like, is that bitch talking to herself? She got Bluetooth in or she's got AirPods or something. You know what I mean? She is literally talking to someone on the phone via, like, Bluetooth technology, basically. Some form of ear contraption is on or in her ears that you can't see. Okay? And at some point, it's just going to be like a little chip in our brains, and we're going to have, conversations with people. So, I'm just saying, it's okay to walk around talking to your damn self, because ain't nobody knows if you're talking to yourself, talking to a spirit, or talking to somebody on the phone. We don't know. You know? But at the same time, I'm one of those people, like, if I'm on the phone talking to someone in the car, like, yeah, I'll be talking to someone, like, whatever. If I am singing in my car and I'm at a light or something, I have to, like, oh, there's a car next to me and I'm not moving my mouth because I don't want them thinking I'm talking to myself. But meanwhile, if I'm actually talking to myself, which I do quite often because I'm insane, I have no problem having a full-blown conversation with myself sitting at a stoplight. No fucks given to the person next to me. But if I'm singing, I don't want them to think I'm talking to myself. It makes no damn sense. Makes literally no fucking sense. But anyway, you could just whip out your phone and pretend you're talking to someone on the phone, girl. Is all I'm saying. Oh, that's right. Let me transform. Yukimaru transformed, immediately blending in with the rest of the crowd. Don't you think that would be more weird? Is all of a sudden, like, there was not a guy there before. Girl, no, there wasn't. Like, you know what I mean? Thanks for that. No problem, Master. I'll just transform back when I head through admissions. Guess he plans to get in for free. Hey! If I'm dead or a spirit, you best motherfucking bet I'm doing shit for free. I'm going on all the roller coasters for free. I suppose it makes sense that he likes going to the movies. He is crazy for TV. What movie are you planning to see? Yukimaru smiled broadly as he answered. The new Tomorrow movie, of course. Ah, that makes sense. I didn't even know there was a new Tomorrow movie out. It seems that Yukimaru was turning me into a very knowledgeable Tomorrow fan with each passing day. I still have some time before it starts. Mind if I kill some time with you? Sure, I'd love the company, as long as you don't mind shopping for a gift for Sayaka. That sounds positively excellent. The two of us began walking through the mall's various shops. Oh yeah, there was something I wanted to ask him. Okay. It's not gonna be dislikes, and again, now I would guess hobbies. Because spirit and love seem like later things. Although spirit could be okay. Dislikes is definitely out. But it would be hobbies or spirit. I feel like love is a little too intense. Spirit, we might be at the point where we can broach that topic. Oh, wait, right. This is just the optional, for voice, which we don't do. Shockingly, it's love. Okay, I see you, game. I was not, okay. I wanted to ask you, do spirits ever fall in love? Do you guys ever date? Oh, you're interested, Master? Whoops, I think I got his hopes up. You ask because you want to love this man. Spirits are just like mortals. They too fall in love. I, for one, am known to be a man of many love affairs. Oh, I didn't expect that of you. You never struck me as the romantic type. If Saya said that to us and was basically like, I'm a fucking whore, I'd be like, I kind of believe it. You are a love slut. Maybe not like, you're not out there boning everybody. Not that kind of, but like, you are a love slut. You will throw your love at anybody and absolutely roll around in all the love they pour on you. you know? But yeah, like, you know, I mean, I could see it with him because he like is very like the drama, like TV dramas, like obsessed with like watching TV and TV dramas and everything. I could see that you get attached fast. You know what I mean?
How dare you? Have you captured a handsome devil like me and you... here you've captured a handsome devil like me and you dare say such things?
I'm the one captured here.
Master, I'm sure you'll eventually notice my charm. Soon your heart will be putty in my hands.
I didn't mean that. What's he talking about? I don't know whether my heart would be putty in your hands, but I do know your charm. You're a very kind and warm-hearted spirit.
Ow. Master, you're far more wonderful than me.
Excuse me?
Phew. Master, I know I'll be falling for you soon enough. And when that time comes, I shall approach you with the ferocity of 1,000 suns. Look forward to it.
You know, because I like to say I am mad or I hate something with the passion of 1,000 fiery suns. So the ferocity of 1,000 suns is right up my alley as a phrase. So high five for that. I like you a little more. Even if I didn't like you, even if I was like, nah, he's fine, he would get an honorary place in my heart just for ferocity of 1,000 suns. It's not quite as descriptive as I go, but still, it's there. The intent is there. Samesies. Yukimaro patted my head. Thump. What was that? My heart suddenly skipped a beat. Yukimaro is dangerous. Also, it is kind of interesting that he is like, now like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall for you. And like, well, again, I could see him being the kind who just like falls for anything and everything. He seems to be the easily swayed type. I don't want to say like obsessive, but like but I look at him like, oh, tomorrow, I love this. Oh my god, I love sneaking into people's houses and watching TV. And like, so he seems like he gets onto things pretty easily. You know what I mean? And I know that that's like TV and like movies and stuff, but like now Tono Tomorrow is like an obsession. He seems like he gets hitched onto things on a like, I don't want to be like obsessed, but like moderately obsessed, like very, very clingy with things very fast. So like if he falls for us, he'd be like obsessed with us pretty fast. So yeah. So maybe. But like at the same time, then you're like, but like, do I trust that you're like a love slut like Seiya? You know? Because like he seems like Seiya's a different kind of love slut. You know what I mean? Like, say if somebody blinked, batted their eyes at him, he'd probably fawn and fall over and die. But would very much be like, yeah, no, they're not interested in me, but I just love that they're flirting with me. Like, that's enough, you know what I mean? But you bat your eyes at Yukimaro and he's just obsessed and in love with you and like, no, my god, they only have eyes for me. And it's like, that bitch is batting her eyes at everybody. What the fuck? She's literally just blinking. What is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Seiya's the love slut and like, I'll take all the love and affection and everything and I'm just gonna hoard it and revel in it and then wait until I find that one person and then I'm gonna drown them in all of this shit. And we were that person. Don't get me wrong, I think he was looking, he's like, oh, everyone around me is potentially that person. Because I think he wanted to drown someone in his love sluttiness. And then Yukimaro's out here just actually being a slut. Actually being a love slut, spreading it around, just falling in love with everyone left and right every 5 minutes. Oh my god, I love you, you're my favorite. And then 2 days later, it's like, you're my favorite. And it's like, girl, I'm gonna need you to simmer down. Again, kind of like a labradoodle. Like every human is a dog's favorite human. I mean, okay, not like, we know that dogs sometimes realize some people suck. But like, for the most part, dogs are like, people! Yay! And he is a labradoodle, so that makes sense. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.